I'm Akia.
I'm Ashley.
And we're sisters addicted to Asian dramas and music.
We don't talk anymore. We don't talk anymore. We don't talk anymore like we used to.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to podcast number
12. See, I'm on it.
Okay, she got it this time.
I know my numbers. From 11 on, or from 10 on, I've always been on it. So,
True.
3 for 3.
Even though you had a couple weeks there where you confused.
Yeah, it was just, I was in a twilight zone for a while. Anyway.
Yeah, so we're going to start off with our little K-drama-esqueness, but before we get into our usual talk of Suspicious Partner, I guess we could do a quick little short snippet of dramas that we've kind of been watching.
Right.
For me, I am almost done with Weightlifting Fairy. I know for a lot of people out there, they're like, this drama ended months ago. Hey, if you're new to the podcast, I've went through drama fatigue, and it was kind of actually during the time Weightlifting Fairy was airing. So, anyway.
Well, we don't always have to watch up-to-date stuff anyway, because
True.
so many dramas out there.
So many dramas.
That you can't always just be watching airing
Right, because I was looking today, and I was like, wait a minute, that started already? Wait, that started too?
Yeah.
It's too many dramas. I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do?
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, I have 3 episodes left of Weightlifting Fairy, and it's at the point where, of course, you know, the relationship is there. It's a easy drama, so I'm not expecting nothing too dramatic in the last 3 episodes.
Yeah.
But I like it. It's simply an easy watch. It's nothing too much. Everybody kind of gets a little bit of their shine. And I can't really say there's no second male lead type thing in there either.
Yeah.
Because the main guy, he does has his ex-girlfriend but she's not used in the same fashion as a typical second female lead. She comes off like she will be used that way, but she's not.
Right.
So I think that's another reason why it's kind of an easy drama, because nothing's too dramatic and nothing goes, it's cliche, yes, but not cliche in the dramatic K-drama-esque way.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So I'm really enjoying it, and I think that's probably why it's helping me get through it so easily, because there's nothing too much going on where I know I can go and watch it and just enjoy it for its moments.
Right. You know what to expect coming out.
Right.
You're not like, oh my God, anticipating or
Right.
nervous something's about to go down.
Right. I hate that, because I always hate because we mentioned this earlier, where we have couples when they get into a certain point, but you know something's about that other shoe is about to drop for them to go through that issue that they have to go through in dramas.
Yeah.
So you're just kind of like, you can't fully enjoy their moments because you feel it coming.
Right. Like, we're too happy right now. When's the BS coming? Because I
Right.
feel it brewing. I feel it in my bones.
Exactly. So I'm glad that I don't have to worry about with that, but I know the next set of dramas, I'm going to have to deal with that. But it's all right. I'm ready for it.
Yeah. That's all you're watching?
Yeah. Other than Suspicious Partner that we're watching together, I really didn't watch much else.
Yeah. Well, granted, you are coming out of your drama fatigue. You're really slowly creeping out of
No,
the stage.
it is. It's just that
for real.
every time I feel like I need to start something, and you know me, I like to have my moods for my drama set a mood. So if my moods get slightly ruined, or if something else comes in my mind, if I get too distracted, I end up, and I'm like, oh wait, I need to click play. Oh wait, I want to finish this one off first. So it's like, it's a lot of that. I just need to click play. That's my issue.
See, for me, it's not necessarily a mood. Well, it is a mood, but I have to have that time frame. Like, if I know I have to be at work early in the morning,
That too.
I'm not about to start a fresh drama that I think I might be into. I'm like, it's too late for me to really dive into a drama right now.
Right.
So if it's like in the middle of the day, like, you know what? Press play. I have plenty of time. I'll watch a couple episodes, or I'll catch up, or,
Right.
whatever. I'll start watching it. If I don't want to watch it, I can always get out of it. You know what I mean?
I guess that's what's been happening to me. I've been watching during the day, catching up on ones that I haven't.
Yeah.
And granted, Weightlifting Fairy is the only one I've been consistently watching, but I have been watching episodes here and there of other dramas. But yeah, I do need to get out of that phase. And there's certain dramas I feel like they need the nighttime mood to watch. So like I kind of want to wait till the nighttime, but then nighttime comes and I get distracted by other stuff. And then next thing I know, it's like 2 o'clock in the morning. Who's starting a drama at 2 o'clock in the morning? I've done it.
I've
done it, but it's not recommended.
It's recommended when you know you don't have to be anywhere the next
right
2 days, just so you can get back on track with your daily routines, your other necessities.
Right, because first of all, you're going to be up for all hours watching, I don't know, probably binge watching the first half of the drama.
Right.
And then you're going to spend the rest of that day sleeping and resting, getting your body back in order. And then you need that next day to finally be like, okay, back onto my routine. Got to be in bed by a certain time. I got to be at work in the morning. Or school or some for using school. But hey, summer's out now. You might not have that problem.
Well, not for everybody. Not till like the end of June was everybody really be out of school. At least in the States.
Yeah, for the most part though, yeah. Everybody's somewhat on a break now. But what about you?
I finished My Secret Romance.
Oh, that's finished?
Yeah, it was only it was supposed to be 12 episodes. But that whole president thing, and they a couple weeks ago they only aired one episode, and so it threw it off. And so I think they added, because it was literally 12 episodes, but then the week after that whole issue with just one episode airing, they changed it to 13. So that means they dragged that crap out.
But how do they do that? I thought that was fully pre-produced.
Hella flashbacks.
That's what it is.
Episode 12 was hella flashbacks. And I can say, honestly, I gave it a 7 on MDL. And it's really because I only enjoyed maybe 4 episodes. Truly enjoyed like 4 episodes out of that drama. Like the first couple were good. And then there was that time when they were like really like dating. And then they had like their dates and stuff. But then after that, I knew BS was about to ensue, because it just was that moment where you're like, you're too happy. And his father don't like the fact that this is going down. You know, she's hiding secrets. So I knew something was about to go down. And I'm not sure why it was called My Secret Romance. I don't know if it's because she had secrets, he had secrets, or they were supposed to keep it secret. I thought it was supposed to be them like dating the whole time and them trying to keep it secret from everybody else. But it really wasn't like that.
See, that's the vibe I thought it was supposed to be doing.
Yeah, so that's what I initially thought. But, it was cliche, and I know Drama Fever helped produce it.
Right.
And I feel like maybe that's why it went for super cliche, but I feel like they, at this point in time in drama land, production and writing, that should not be like a go-to thing.
Right, I feel like they should be above that at this point.
Right,
unless it's a remake, you shouldn't be still doing the same mechanics.
The storyline could have had so much more depth to it if they had not went super cliche. And I felt like the main actress, her character was cliche. The main actor was cliche. And even though they made certain other characters lighthearted and real sweet, or made it, because it was only 13, quote unquote, 13 episodes, they made them easier to get through, I guess, the issues. The side characters, their issues weren't as deep. They got through them pretty quick. Yeah. Usually if it was longer, like 16 or 20, they would drag that out, or something deeper would have happened. Right. And I feel like you can do a lot with 12 episodes.
That's what I feel like. If you have a shortened amount of time, then it's less to deal with bull crap.
Right.
Just get to the point of the story.
And not necessarily get to the point of the story. You can do a lot more. I feel like I've watched quite a few Japanese dramas. And granted, I don't watch a lot of Japanese. But I feel like Japanese dramas can perfect certain topics or genres in 11 episodes.
Right. And they have a better story narrative.
Right. And I was disappointed in that drama. I was very disappointed. Granted, when I started watching it, I was like, okay, this is going to be kind of cliche. When that first episode, I was like, oh, I like this. It might not be cliche. But then after episode 3 or so, I was just like, this is super cliche. I'm not going to love this. And then half the time I was yelling at the screen because the male lead was a jerk.
Right. I did hear her quite a few times screaming.
Right.
I didn't know that she was watching the drama, but after a certain point, I kind of just figured, okay, she's watching that drama because that's the reason why she's yelling at the screen.
Right.
Because you haven't been that vocal for a drama in a while. Usually I can hear you laughing and stuff, but like you were actually like legit saying stuff that I could tell you were mad.
Yeah, it was like irritating. Like, is it necessary to do that? Was that necessary? And I feel like and I hate when they do that with like tables. Oh, I'm so busy. But you have time to do some BS like that to her.
Right. Stalk
You
her
not that busy.
and make sure her life is miserable.
Right.
You ain't that damn busy,
Right. You're
sir.
not that busy.
Because if you were, even if you were sending your mayor and your secretary, whoever it is, to do your dirty work, you still have her in your mind to think the process to go do for that foolishness.
Yeah.
So you are not that damn busy. Because if you had a big corporation conglomerate you need to be running, you should have nothing but business on your mind. So not to say that they're not businessmen out there that can't balance it, but she's not his wife or his girlfriend at this point. So clearly he shouldn't be having her on his mind that damn much to be able to not be able to concentrate.
Right.
And then to be pulling. And I'm talking as if I have watched the drama, but I'm just saying it's so
but
it's so typical.
Right, it's so cliche or so typical that
anybody, if you've seen enough of the
right.
K-drama cliches,
you can just tell what happened.
Right. Like, you had to be that immature, sir?
And then at the end of each episode, there was like an epilogue.
Uh-huh.
And it was showed like scenes from the drama, within the drama, like from a different angle or from a different perspective.
Uh-huh.
And it was cute and fun sometimes. I feel like it just dragged it out for unnecessary reasons.
Right.
Like, it could have been better if they did a different take on it, on the epilogue thing. But I felt like they were just showing us the scene again from a different camera angle at times. And I was just like, was that
necessary?
Right,
yeah.
So, I mean, not to bash the drama, because I'm pretty sure that everybody worked hard on it. And Drama Feud should put their stamp on other dramas, too. But I just feel like that was... I won't say it was a waste of my time. I just felt like I could have gone without watching. It wasn't a waste of my time, but I could have done without.
See, dramas like that I feel like are good for people who are new to K-dramas. Because then it gives them the idea this is what K-dramas are usually like to a certain extent.
Right.
But so
then you get the basic formula for it. So when you get watch something else, you're like, oh, okay. I could see that happening or I understand why that's happening.
Because a lot of times, especially when you're watching, especially for me, at least when I'm watching dramas on Viki and some of the comments, I can tell when some people are new to Dramaland because of how they're commenting on stuff. And I'm just like, yes, there's stuff that are problematic about K-dramas in a whole, yes. But I feel like certain things people are getting mad about. I'm just like, you are new to dramas because this happens on a regular, almost on every dramas. Oh, why is this so cheesy? That's K-dramas.
Right,
like, really?
Right.
Why are you here? Because I feel like certain things, yes, complain about certain things, him being a jerk and, this and that and the other, or violence and that thing. But if it's cheesy stuff, like piggyback rides or things like that, I'm like, why are you here for real, though? Because that's K-dramas.
Right.
That's what K-dramas fans love. As much as we complain about cliches, I feel like there's certain aspects of K-dramas, no matter how cliche it is, we still love watching it in a drama.
Yeah.
Between different actors, different scenarios. We even love when they change it up and try to make it refreshing.
Yeah.
It's just part of K-dramas.
Yeah, but that was my secret romance. Watch it at your own discretion, I guess. This is just from my point of view, of course.
Right.
I wouldn't recommend anybody to watch it who I know watches dramas, just because it wouldn't be that great of a watch.
I mainly want to watch it just because of him, because
right.
I like...
But I feel like he should be past that. He's done that before. He's done
but
the
I feel like,
right.
It may be just what his casting kind of... He's probably stuck holding that.
Yeah, maybe he's got to build up his resume before he can get into something like obscure and stuff.
Right, because I thought, when I looked at his resume, I thought it'd be a whole lot bigger than what it is, but it's not as big as I thought it could be.
He might have been like a model or something too.
He was.
and
he wasn't. So I think I read that he wasn't intentionally trying to become into acting. He's a late bloomer, in a sense, to the acting world. So we'll see. He's done quite a few longer dramas,
right?
And he's done ones where he's side characters.
Right.
Because some people may not remember him, but you probably don't remember that. But I've talked about it. He was the guy in Faith. The white hair guy in Faith.
Oh,
that
Jesus.
is the same guy.
And that drama was not that great to me, so I probably wouldn't remember it.
Right. So, yeah, if you guys watch Faith, the evil guy with the white hair that blew the flute or whistle, whatever it was.
That was him?
That's him.
I gotta
that
see
is
his
the same
picture.
actor.
I gotta see the picture again, because I do not believe it. Even as you're telling me, I don't believe it. I have to see the picture of him again.
Yes, it is him. So, it's just like, I like him, and then especially I watched, and then liked him. He was a bad guy in that, so he annoyed me. But he didn't, not the actor, the character. And then I forgot what I watched him in after that. And then I saw him in Noble My Love, and then Oh My Venus.
Yeah. The girl, she is actually a K-pop star. I didn't realize that. I forget the group she's in.
Secret.
Right. So
that is no. She's still Secret's still together. They just lost a member.
Okay. So as you can tell, I don't follow that many girl groups, so I really did not know that.
Right.
So she really actually can sing because she's like the lead. I believe she's like the lead singer in Secret.
Yeah, she's been in. You probably didn't notice it, but one of the Sandy songs that I have, she's the girl who sings the chorus.
Okay, thank you for the facts, because like that's over my head. I
thought you knew.
I don't like Sandy that much, to be honest.
I'm not saying I'm a huge fan of him, but I like that song. It's a very summer-esque song, so that's why you have it.
And I like some of his stuff. I like E-Sans a little more than him. I haven't heard from him a lot, but Sandy. And what bothered me about him and what really threw me off from trying to get stuff from YouTube from him is when I watched him on Unpretty Rap Star. He was so biased, and I feel like as a judge and as the host of a show like that, you should not show how biased you are or fanboy you are when you're doing a competition like that. It irritated me to a point where I was just like, I don't know if I want to finish this because you're annoying. And the fact that you're doing this annoys me, so I'm just not going to waste my time.
I will say he annoyed me a lot in my earlier stage of getting into Sandy, and not to say I've gotten him into more. I've seen him more on the hosting side of things.
Yeah.
And it's given me a different appreciation for him. Granted, I didn't watch him on hosting on Pretty Rap Star and Judge or whatnot.
Right.
But I've seen him in other stuff, so it gives me a different appreciation toward him.
Yeah.
And because of how...
He does work hard, and he puts out a lot of music. I know that. But just when I saw him in that, when you see somebody in one form, they just kind of spoiled wanting to see them in anything else.
Very much so. But yeah, because what was it that I watched and that really made me change my perspective on him? Get It Beauty. You didn't watch it, but it's a beauty show that had the season where Yui Na was the host. She's not the host anymore now, but I think it was like 2014. I forgot. It was a show where a bunch of guys on there and kind of judging, not necessarily judging, but, putting their opinions about girls' makeup and clothing style and stuff like that.
Yeah.
He was the most open mind guy on the panel.
Yeah.
And
I could say that about him. I could definitely see he's been open-minded.
And so I guess that made me have a different, more perspective from him, because I feel like But
is he that open-minded, or was everybody else just that closed-minded?
No, because one guy was just, I was like, oh, I know I'm not gonna like you. We would not get along in real life at all.
Right.
And some of the other guys was just, okay, I can understand you being a little bit iffy about certain things. But Sandy was kind of like, I mean, if it's you, it's you.
Right.
I'm not gonna, he's like, there are certain things, yes, that, once we get deeper into a relationship, I might be, a little weird. That's different.
And I think, not his generation, but when he has kids, his kids' generation will be the ones that really pull Korea, start pulling Korea out of the very strict,
right,
closed-minded. I hate to call them closed-minded because
they're
the
very
culture.
Traditional,
right? And they shouldn't be traditional, but I feel like as a country that's coming up in the world and it's not a third world country, it's far from it. So I feel like they bring in so much money, entertainment-wise. I feel like their views on certain things shouldn't be as
strict and
and rigid,
into a box,
as rigid as it is.
Right.
Yeah.
So I feel like Sandy's generation is like, they're the one that's breaking down the wall.
Right. And I feel like
their kids are going to be the one that really pushes it out and knocks the last little pieces out. Yes.
Right. There's still going to be those, but it's going to be less of a percentage.
Right.
And so they're going to be like, they're going to really call those people those backwoods people.
Right. So. But yeah, we were supposed to be going to Suspicious Partner.
Oh, yeah, but I have other dramas I'm watching. See, I'm watching a lot more dramas than you. So when I was just like, you're just watching that one drama. Right. So I'm watching like 4 dramas. Well, now 3.
Right. I can walk in her room on any given day and she could be watching it.
And she's always like, what are you watching? And I was like, you don't know what this is?
Right. Because you're always watching something new every time I walk on the screen.
I need, like, even
and then
now.
sometimes you're watching the same actress or actor in more than one drama. So I'm just like, wait a minute. He wasn't in that attire in the last time I saw him on the screen.
Right. No, we didn't time jump. It was just a different drama. But even now that I've finished My Secret Romance, I was just thinking last night, I need something else to watch. I need something new to watch. I need something fresh to watch. I'm still watching Taiwanese drama, Perfect Match.
How many more,
It's on episode 14, so it's going to be 18, so 4 more weeks.
Okay, because I was about to say months, but I said, no, we should at least be past the month stage. We should be down to the weeks now.
Yeah, 4 more weeks, so that's still a whole month.
It's still a whole month, so it's not months, because I was going to say how many months left.
Yes,
right,
plural. Just 1 month.
Okay,
so... And I keep on saying this, and I don't know why I don't follow it. It's hard. And it's because I love Taiwanese dramas why I do this to myself.
Oh, yeah, you said you were going to wait, right?
Right. I was going to wait, but I don't. It's not only am I on a forum on Sompi, like...
You said you were going to get up the forum, too. You said that was the
forum is like a handful of us, literally. I need to get off the forums for my OTPs, my real life ships. That's what I need to get off the forums for, not drama week to week stuff.
True.
So I'm on the forum, and there's only a handful of us, and I feel like I can't leave y'all hanging.
True.
It's just like all of us, and they tag me in everything they put. They tag everybody who talks. It's like 5 of us.
Right, of course.
So it's like, I posted something, so here it is.
Right.
Unlike, thousands or hundreds of us in there, and then they just post whatever, and you read it
sometimes
whenever.
I like it like that, though, when it's like a small niche of you for a drama.
Right.
Because then you all are like, yes, rooting for the same stuff. Majority of the time, you're rooting for the same stuff.
Yeah.
And so it's like this little group. But then sometimes when it's a big group of everybody, it's like everybody and everybody's different opinions flooding in. Yeah.
So I'm watching it week to week, and I keep saying this, that I should not do this with Taiwanese dramas. But at this point, I don't want to leave it hanging, because if I don't keep watching it now, I don't know if I'll go back.
Yeah, you're at that point where you can't just wait till it's finished.
Right.
I feel like if you had stopped after the first 4 episodes, then you could be like, oh, okay, I'll just wait for it to be done.
Yeah.
And then marathon it and maybe catch up near the end of its run. But you kept watching week to week.
Right. And then there's somebody who recommended another Taiwanese drama that's currently airing. And I watched part of the first episode to see what it was about. And I was just like, I'm not even gonna do this to myself. This drama is okay. First half is drama episode, so I'm done. You know what?
Right.
Pause this, exit, and when this is up to like 12 or more episodes, maybe then I'll go back. Maybe. And that's if I see people saying, oh, this is still so good. Because Taiwanese dramas really drop off at the end, and that's where this drama is right now.
I think that's probably why I'm not always in a rush, because despite me really liking the 2 Taiwanese dramas that I watch, a lot of times, granted, Murphy's Law of Love, I didn't watch it week to week.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed it more in the beginning half, and even near the middle. But toward the end, I was kind of just like,
Yeah.
And then the same thing with, what was the name of the first one? With Puff Gal?
That Office Romance.
With Aaron Young.
I don't remember. You told me to watch it. It was okay.
Right, that one, to me, I enjoyed that, but that was my first full-on Taiwanese drama. And I really enjoyed it the first half, but then toward the end, I was just like, oh, we're dealing with the same chick over and over again.
See, my thing is, at this point, I don't feel refreshed anymore about the drama and the route that the writer's going. Mm-hmm. And so it's slightly irritating. My enthusiasm for it has dropped considerably, because I feel like at this point, we're still battling the same thing, and we should be battling the same thing at this point.
Right.
And the thing
with
too,
the drama.
The days with it actually in that drama land has not been that much. I'm gonna give them, and this is being generous, 3 weeks. I'm gonna give you 3 weeks of this drama. That's the duration of the time that has lapsed in this drama.
Wow.
So I feel like, okay, we shouldn't rush certain things, but if a whole episode, hour and 15 minutes is for just one day, and then they wake up the next day in the next episode, you're dragging. I feel like you're just not, you don't know what to do, and I really enjoy the cast so effing much, and I'm kind of upset. And I watched it. I finished the episode yesterday, and it was only at 60-something%. And honestly, I'm just like, do I really need to go back? I pretty much got the gist of what happened.
Ooh.
It subbed it at the right spots, but I feel like I got the gist. Do I need to go back?
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, right. But I love the cast, and I'm gonna go back one of these days this week and rewatch it. So, yeah.
Right, because that's for me. I feel like if I'm able to, even if I get the gist of a drama when it's not fully subbed, I know I want to go back and watch it when it's fully subbed to really get the moment. But if you feel like, do I need to go back even with only 60%? That's a problem. That's a draggy episode.
And I feel like the female lead, how spunky and outspoken she was in the beginning, even though she is still that, I feel like that spunk and outspokenness should come with not being able to be manipulated by your friends. And I feel like that's what she's being doing. She's being manipulated by her friend, and the lead doesn't know. She doesn't know for some odd reason that he likes her. And I'm just like, if you guys watch it, you'll know what I'm talking about. And it sounds super confusing, but I'm just gonna stop talking about it.
Because
it makes me.
I haven't watched it, but I happen to see something because I follow Vicky on Instagram, and they posted a clip.
Right.
I'm guessing it's the confession scene. Did you watch that already?
Yeah, I mean, I've watched all the episodes.
Okay. And he's like confessing to her and like saying we should date, and she's kind of like looking at him and just standing. I'm like, girl, you gonna answer?
Right.
And then she was like, I think my mom. What, chick?
Right. Yo, like, I'm telling you, I had to pause it like 6 times in that scene, and I was like, her silence is killing me. Say something. He has said some of the best lines in drama Asian drama land ever, and you are not responding.
That's what I was like.
What the hell?
I was looking at his face, and it was like his eyes are searching for an answer. Bitch, answer him.
And the thing is,
and all I saw was a little 30 seconds clip that Vicky put on Instagram.
Right, and the thing is, she hasn't rejected him, so it's not like she doesn't like him. She likes him, but she's unsure. And okay, maybe because you've only known him for a short period of time, you feel like you need to know somebody longer. Maybe that's what it is. But I feel like she should have let that be known instead of leaving him hanging. And he is such a great guy, and I love Chris Wu in every character he's ever played. He's so understanding, and I feel like this is him in real life. So I feel like I should be like, he's like my number 1 over Soji Sub, but nah, because he doesn't do enough.
Okay, I was about to say.
Right. No, Soji Sub, I ain't knock you out. No, I ain't knock you out.
I was about to say, girl.
But I'm saying, like, he's so understanding. He's like, and he texted her right after that scene when she walked away. Literally, he texted her. She's just like, oh my God, my heart. You know, what's going on? You know, my head's saying something, my heart's saying something else. And he texted her, and he was like, I know your heart's beating fast right now, but I'm going to give you some time and let you just clearly think about it.
She's too stuck in her head.
Right. And she's just like, he can't like me. Why would he like me? Is this sure he likes me? Is it infatuation?
Girl, did he just say...
No, man. He was sucking on your face the other episode. He like you. He like you.
I hate when they're doing that, when the guy is kind of basically, he's even said it and he's shown it in action, and you're still confused about if he likes you.
Right.
It'd been different if he saw you treat, he was nice to you, and he was nice to, say, the next girl too.
Right.
No, but if he's only treating you a certain way, and he's told you, and you're still questioning it.
Yeah.
I'm just like, girl, if he don't go about his business and leave you be with your head brain, go ahead.
But he's genuinely nice to another girl, the second lead, who likes him too, but he doesn't like her, and he's rejected her in a very nice way, and not to hurt her feelings, but she knew he was rejecting, because like if the female lead was where that second lead was, we would be in heaven. This drama, I'll be watching it every day, rewatching it every day. But she's not there, and and the fact that she knows that the second lead likes him, and she's like, I feel bad for her. Why? You like him too.
Oh my God.
This is a competition, bitch.
I hate that. I cannot stand
She was talking to her. She's like, I was about to tell her that we're not really, we're fake fiancés. And he was like, why? I feel bad for her. She really likes you. Well, no fucking does. So do you, but you just won't say it.
That is the one.
That drama, she gets my blood pressure up.
That is the one character trait I cannot stand when writers put that on female leads, when they look out so much for someone else who is not their best friend from the jump of the drama. So like, oh, but I gotta be considerate for feelings. For what, bitch?
Right.
For
you
what? Love is a battlefield, bitch. If you don't go get your man.
Right. She wants your man.
I never understood that, because my thing is different if it's if it's a close friend that you known for a long time and y'all both end up liking the same guy.
Or if he had liked the other girl in the first place, she's like, I feel bad for her, but now he's liking you. But you're like, I don't know if I should step into that.
That's different.
Right.
But if it's
that's a whole different scenario.
If it's an office romance and she your desk partner and all of a sudden she
let you borrow a pen one day, so I gotta be nice to her.
No, bitch.
It was her favorite pen.
I don't care. Or if the ex-girlfriend comes back, I feel like no.
Definitely if the ex-girlfriend comes back.
She's an ex for a reason, bitch. If you don't go get
you don't
your
put the
man.
ex in front of girlfriend for no reason.
Thank you. Like, what the hell?
But the thing is, in the beginning of the drama, maybe episode 5 or so, they were like on a little camping trip. And so she thought that at the time, he liked her, right? Mm-hmm. But he didn't let her know that he liked her. He was trying to kind of see where she was. And so she thought he had confessed, and he was like, what? No. You know, because, like, he wasn't quite there yet. Mm. And so he was like, maybe you like me. That's why you're bringing this to me. She was like, what? No. And she threw her leg up on the chair next to him. She said, if I like a guy, I'm about to tell him, you know, I've been waiting for this for a minute, girl. It's been 10 episodes. Where you at? Where are you at? Where the leg for? Come on now. So that's perfect match. See how that just get me going? Anyway, so the third drama I'm watching, was the fourth, but now third since My Secret Romance is over, is Ode to Joy 2, Chinese drama, which I loved the first season. And I love the second season. And it's a drama that brings out all emotions while you're watching it.
I love dramas
all
that do
emotions.
that.
There's 5 women living on the same floor, and they become close. In the first season, they were just getting to know each other. By the end, they were very close and helping each other out with all kind of issues. Mm-hmm. And so the second season, this is just like a continuation of, you know, where that left off. And they all have their different problems now, and I love it. They make me mad. They make me happy and giddy. They make me sad and want to cry. And they make me angry at the fact that they're making these choices. So I really enjoy that drama, and it's 54 episodes, I believe.
Ooh.
Right, but I don't mind, cause like so much happens, and it's so, I don't know what's the word. It's everything, and I gave the last, I think I gave season 1 a 9 or 9.5. I can't remember. I gave it a high score. I gave it a high score because I really enjoyed it. And when I found there was a second season, I was like, bro, I'm there. So I am. So I didn't start watching until like the first week was over, and they put 2 episodes a day. And because it's Chinese drama, that's a long Chinese drama. I feel like that.
Every time I get the numbers for Chinese drama,
that's what people need to do. All Asian countries need to do that kind of crap. Okay, Chinese got it down. 2 episodes a day, 5 days a week.
It's just, that's what I forget about Chinese dramas because of how often they air. So every time I hear episode numbers, I'm just thinking.
Right, you're thinking, oh God, do I want to, start?
Right, because I'm just thinking it's only 2 episodes a week.
You do. They know how to they don't. It doesn't feel like they drag it out because there's so much story, and I feel like with 5 women. You can never
You shouldn't run out of stuff, right? You shouldn't run out of story with 5 different characters.
Right, and they don't. And it's so good because one thing leads into another. It's like literally like a slice of life. Mm-hmm. So you're watching them grow in their relationships, in their friendships, in their family relationships, in their jobs, and learning about society and just growing up as women in China. So I really, really love it. And there's lots of good romance. So I would recommend you to watch it because you don't realize how many episodes there are until it's over. And you're like, dang, it's over. Because I was like that first season when it ended like 45 or so. I was like, it's over. I want a second season. And the second season coming, I'm like 54. No, don't come too quick. So good.
Right. So yeah, I feel like we need that in K-dramas. A more woman-centric K-drama that doesn't have to feel cliche. Like you can have. Because I feel like that doesn't happen often enough. We get them maybe once every blue moon of a more woman, or not necessarily woman focused, but a strong woman centered drama where all the women in there, even if they're not necessarily connected by family, they're still all strong women. And I think that's why I like Last, because despite all the women not necessarily being connected by family or even friendship wise, all the women in that drama, at least the main focus women, were strong in their own right. So I appreciate dramas like that.
And that's Otojoy 2, and Otojoy and Otojoy 2. So strong women, and they're all different personalities, contrasting, so like polar opposites, some of them, and it's but everybody has at least one thing in common, and they all bond over being women and friends, you know, that they can, you know, just get along. But each of them, you can pick out any two, and they have something in common, and they've actually bonded over something at some point. So I really love that drama. And if you guys would like to start a Chinese drama, I suggest Ode to Joy.
Honestly, I would, even though I'm still very freshly new, maybe a year and a half into watching Chinese dramas,
right,
I would still recommend Chinese dramas to people, because the two that I have watched, I enjoyed it all the way through, and I didn't feel the stories drag. Granted, they're in the same genre.
Right.
But they still dealt with the topics very differently, and romance very differently, to be not to be romance-focused dramas.
Right. So Chinese dramas definitely do it differently than Japanese and Taiwanese. Definitely different.
I guess I do need to try my realm in Japanese dramas, because that's the one Asian area I have not.
And you should try Thai, too. Thais are good.
Right,
I haven't watched that many. I usually watch remakes of Thai.
I've had a coworker that recommended that I watch Thai, but I haven't gotten into those either. So yeah, I mean, I would eventually at one point at least have watched at least one Asian drama, you know, from all the Asian countries. So.
Right.
So, well, yeah. We were supposed to do a quick update, but that ended up being...
Bro, these dramas got you going hard.
Right.
I don't even... Anyway, let's move on.
But this one I can rant about, because I'm fully aware of this one. Suspicious Partner. So this week was a very, very enjoyable week for me. I really enjoyed this week.
Yeah, this week was pretty good.
Because last week I was like, okay. But this week I was like, ooh, I really want to watch the episode over again.
Right.
So this week we had a little bit... I wouldn't say the romance took a step back because of how it ended. You would have thought so, but it didn't.
Right.
But then also we got more revealing news about our murderer.
Oh my god.
When we get to that set of episodes, we'll get there. But okay, let's start with 13 and 14. So 13 kind of refreshes back to where it ended on 12.
Like, if you don't remember that he rejected her,
right? Like,
here it is again.
We needed to watch that all over again.
Yeah, right.
But he rejects her, and then she's kind of going through their awkward moment where she's trying to find a way to back out of the situation, and she kind of just keeps rambling, and she's like, okay, I understand you're rejecting me, but let me just hug you. And before she can even get it out, he grabs her, and pulls her into that hug, and he sits in that hug. And if you don't understand, I mean, he plants his head like he's about to really comfort her for this.
Yeah, like, I'm so sorry about
but
it's really you who rejected her. You made her sad, and now you're comforting her like hard, though, you know?
Right. Like, you was like, I don't know why.
You know, like when you hit somebody by mistake?
Right.
You're like, oh, I'm so sorry.
Right.
You're hugging him and rubbing him.
Right, because you're like, oh, you didn't mean it that bad. Oh, I'm sorry.
But he meant that rejection. But then he comforted her like that.
Right, because he knew it would hurt her. But he knew he wasn't emotionally ready to go forward with it.
That's very true.
But he likes her. He likes her at the same time.
And she doesn't know that he likes her.
Right.
So she thinks that she's just in it by herself, but he's just trying not to show it. But he only doesn't show it to her. Let me say it. She doesn't see that he is showing it. Everybody else does. Right,
because Eunhook, I feel like he knows it.
Right.
Because when we get to next episodes, we'll talk about that.
Right.
Of course, Secretary Bong, he's picked that from when they were working together.
Secretary Bong makes the tea that he's drinking, bro. Like,
yes,
he knows. He steeps it and sugars it and everything.
Right,
man.
Stirs it nice and
right. Sips it even though it's a little too hot.
Right, to make sure you get he gets the extra hot off of it.
Right, he fans it and everything. But there's some good tea, bro.
Right. But oh my gosh, yes. But it's. I was disappointed initially last week because of her doing that confession and what led up to her confessing.
Right.
But I like what it kind of set the relationship into a different tone after that, because now we see his side, that he's there fully, and he knows he's there fully, but because he made a decision to not go there, he's kind of in his regret stage.
But I think it helped him too, though, because I think he didn't quite know that she had a thing for him. I think because she joked about it before, like, oh, I'm warning you. But now that she truly confessed,
I think he took it more of just a simple little crush and not like legit feelings.
Right. Now that he's legit he's seen it. You know, she really has feelings for you. It set a different tone for him too, because he probably thought, you know, I shouldn't be doing this. I shouldn't be feeling like this, and I think that's why he hid it, and she didn't realize.
Right. And it's so weird because I feel like even Mr. CEO, I feel like he feels like something's up between them, but he doesn't know what it is.
He smells the tea, but he just can't find it.
Right, and everybody keeps snatching it away from him to make sure he don't get a sip of it.
None for you.
Because even the people who know the tea, trying to keep him out of the loop from having the tea.
He was just like, I saw you guys hugging last night. You know, what was that?
Right.
Everybody's like, what are you
talking about?
Anybody was hugging?
Right. You seeing things. You need to go with your eyes checked.
Mr. Glaucoma.
Right. I was like, really, guys?
They really threw some shade at him, though, for being old, bro. He can't help that, man.
Oh, my goodness.
That was funny.
It was.
But I like the dynamics of the crew in this law office.
It is. But then they ended up winning their case for this guy who is accused of murdering someone. In the last episode, we didn't get too much. They kind of got the tip of their case last week.
Right.
This week really deals with the court aspect of the case that they received. And Unbong-hee, because he is their client is in a similar fashion of way she was accused of murder, she goes on a sympathy route. Right. And I kind of, before anything is revealed about their case, I kind of felt, because of how it was happening to him, I knew she was going to go sympathy-wise.
Right. And that's what he knew, and that's why he wanted her as his lawyer. Right.
And the funny thing is, I even said it last week. I was like, I feel like he's innocent of this murder, but I feel like something's not right with him.
Right. And I said, because he says it when Ji-wook was questioning him again, I guess about the whole beating up that guy. Mm-hmm. And he had pictures of it, and he's just like, you know, sometimes people just deserve stuff, you know. So I was just like, he's capable of murder, just like anybody's capable of murder, but he has a trigger, and it's something that triggers him. And I was like, he didn't murder this person, but Ji-wook sees that he's definitely on the verge of murdering.
Right. But I felt like, but then I thought Ji-wook, because he reacted like that, believed, even though he was defending his client, I feel like he started to believe that his client might have actually really did commit this murder.
Right.
But then I felt like that suspicion led him in the right direction, but I feel like a lot of people were telling him, you got to let go of this prosecutor mindset that you have.
Right, because you're just a lawyer now.
Right.
You shouldn't be investigating that deeply.
Right. But his prosecutor mindset is what leads him to start figuring out, and something is not quite right with this client. And I kind of felt it too, but when they revealed what he really was, I didn't see that coming.
Right. I was like, no.
Right. So it's, I don't know.
He's a good actor. He plays crazy. Like, at first, I thought it was just maybe like, you know, some people just got like a little twitch to them. Right. I was like, maybe it's just a little twitch he had. Nah, man. This boy crazy. Cray.
Right. That's what I was like, because when he plays the actor who's playing the guy, their client, if you watched last, he played Magia or Praying Mantis, his character's name was. But if we watch the drama enough, you know not to call him by the subtitle name. His Magia is what he was called. And he was a killer in that. And a cold one at that. So watching him in this, I might been seeing him watch him break that to show that he's being friendly in a sense. If that makes sense.
Right.
Because his character in last never had a smile.
Right. So he's like, it's a forced smile because he's a killer. You know, he has to put on a face for this.
Right. And he's acting that well.
Yeah, he is. I do like his character. But back to Ji-wook though. And before we found out that this killer was a killer, was actually the killer, I was just like, Ji-wook, bruh, like, you're a lawyer now. even if your client is guilty, it's your job to make sure that nobody else thinks he's guilty, especially the judge or the jury. So his conscience was battling him, and he was like, I don't want to do this. And it's exactly why he quit being a lawyer for the law firm in the first place, because he didn't want to do this kind of stuff.
Right.
And I feel like, not to blame her, but she brought this in because she felt bad, sympathy, and she was like, we have to take this case.
I think he was going to take the case initially anyway, to a certain extent, because it's not like they got money like that.
Right.
But I feel like he probably would have went about his defense a little bit differently if it wasn't for Un Bong-hee.
Right.
And her sympathy toward the guy.
Right.
So,
she was determined to get him off, and he was just like, you don't have enough evidence. You don't have anything for me to take him to court.
Right, and she was kind of trying to read for everything, while Ji-woo, because of his prosecutor mindset, looked a little bit deeper at the evidence than Un Bong-hee was looking at the surface of the evidence. Right, and
he looked at it as a prosecutor instead of like a defendant lawyer.
True.
And so
we can't really blame her for that, though.
Right. And she's never been the
prosecutor.
Or the prosecuting lawyer. You know what I mean?
Right. But I feel like his being working with Ji-woo will kind of give her a little bit of that mindset to make her a better defense lawyer.
Right. And I think she really needs that.
That's what she needs.
Because the cases that we've seen her do has been because she sympathizes. And she's and as a lawyer, and I think she has to learn that you cannot just be...
You can't let your emotions direct everything.
Right. And lawyers are not... I won't call them crooks, but you're getting criminals off.
Right.
They're paying you to get them off. So you cannot be, emotional about this kind of stuff, or you're just going to have, you're going to go crazy.
Right. I feel like if she's going to stay being the emotional type of lawyer, she needs to do pro bono work.
Yep.
And be the one that comes in for the people that can't afford the lawyers.
And that's what somebody suggested later. I don't know if it's 15, 16, or 13,
it may
14.
Be, I think it's 15 and 16.
Right. Somebody was like, y'all need to do some pro bono work.
Right.
Because this is just, a little too much. You know what I mean? So.
But then, I guess, what is it? This after they win their case, they have a drunken night?
Yeah.
And this is after Ji-woo starts figuring stuff out. So he comes back and ends up having to come into the drunkenness of everybody.
Yes. He's like, the F? I went for 20 minutes and everybody's pissed drunk. Sleeping at the table and stuff.
Right. But, I forgot about that moment. We got 14, excuse me.
What's that?
Was this before they won the case? This moment right here. Yes, right before they won it, I think. When the CEO was like, no, someone saw them this morning. When something happened, he was out late and he came back. And I guess she heard him upstairs and she went to pull his tie off.
Yeah.
And she was like, I was just trying to pull your tie off. I wasn't doing anything. So she's trying to walk away.
Right.
And he grabs her hand and tells her, just 5 minutes. Please just stay 5 minutes. And they end up not sleeping together.
Sleeping
together, but not sleeping together.
They didn't have sex. They just slept next to each other.
Right. He's on the couch. She's on the floor. But what I did love is that even though he grabbed her hand, when she decided, okay, I'm going to sit here because he asked me to, she removed his hand from hers. She's like, no, I'm going to sit here, but you're not about to hold my hand.
Right.
You rejected me.
Right, because you told me not to like you.
Right.
So holding my hand's not going to help.
You're not going to play with my emotions to hold my hand for 5 minutes. I'm going to sit here and be chill, but you're not going to hold my hand.
Right.
So I like that. And, Chief Bong, he's the one that catches them. Because he comes upstairs, because he's always the first person at the office anyway.
But it's good that he is, because he's the one making the tea.
Right. And he saw it, and he backed out real quick and made sure no one else got upstairs.
And they were trying to go upstairs. He's like,
right.
You know, when you dance with somebody in the hallway and you don't mean to because you're trying to go this way, but then they go that way. Yeah, exactly. He's like, you ain't going nowhere.
Right.
That was funny. I love him though. He's a shipper.
He is.
And he's gonna steer the ship exactly where he wants. He might not be the captain, but what's the second in charge? Left lieutenant?
I don't even remember.
Okay, well I'm Pirates of the Caribbean fan, so I'm trying to remember all this. But yeah, so left lieutenant. He's the second in charge of the ship.
Right.
Okay.
Right. So I loved that moment, and just for that moment alone, I kind of wanted to rewatch the episode because I just liked everything about it, how he acted and how she reacted to it.
Yeah.
And then at the end of that episode is when Ji-wook figures out not necessarily who their client is, but figured out how their client was able to fool them into believing that he was
innocent
and had nothing to do with this case at all.
Right. The way that he went to the cafe and he kind of just, I don't know if it's because he's a genius and he did it, or there's like a mental illness where he did that. You know what I mean?
Right, because it says that he has a really good memory where he's able to remember everything. So basically he sat at somewhere and was able to remember pictures and stuff that he saw and described it as if he was there.
Right.
Creating all
that
these...
was his day.
Right, creating
he
all these...
the whole 12 or so hours of his day.
Right, and quote-unquote making a non-alibi in a sense, but making it seem like he was out doing stuff, but because he's always by himself, there was no one there to confirm it.
Right.
And Ji-wook comes back, and he's kind of had to deal with this whole... He's kind of figured out his client has lied, but he doesn't know exactly who his client is. So he's going to have to try to figure all this stuff out. And this is when he comes back to find everybody he works with drunk and his client
Passed
walking
out.
away.
I wonder if he came into the house like, oh my God, he poisoned them all.
Right.
He drugged them.
But yeah, he does that. The client, I don't think he reads into it. Just said, what is his name? Because I'll keep calling him the client. What was his name? Hunsu. Yeah, Hunsu is the client's name. Who was actually, who's the killer, the real killer out of all of this. Like the killer from the beginning of the drama.
Right. In fact that he has a lackey or
right.
minion.
So the NSS guy that we thought was the killer is not the killer. He's the cleanup guy.
Why did they show his face so early on?
Right. So when we saw, when they revealed that Hunsu was the killer, we were like, whoa, wait a minute. I didn't see that. I was literally freaking out because I was like, no. Because when I started somewhat thinking that it might be, I was like, no, that ain't true. It can't be.
Not him. He has such a nice smile.
So when it came out, and then I was like, okay, well done. Well done, because I did not see that coming.
Yo, like, he's got some dirt on this guy, and it's straight blackmail. You're going to help me clean up these killings because I say so.
Right. And and that's the thing, we don't know what his deed is. And we're still somewhat trying to figure out if the amnesiac part of the whole plot that they released early on is actually still going to come into play.
Right.
Because at this point, the two people that are supposedly in on these murders, because I'm saying supposedly because I feel like they're going to reveal some other shit later, who are doing these murders in a sense, have a deeper backstory and connection to why stuff is going on. So, I don't know. It is kind of, I like that it might be more coming to this than we realized.
I know, because we were thinking, wow, this is about to be 20 episodes, 40 episodes, whatever.
Right.
But 20 episodes. And we were just like, how they showed his face already, but now we've gotten more.
Right.
So it's getting deeper and deeper.
I like how this is playing out because we think we're getting information
right,
revealed
and we
early
think
on,
we know,
but you really don't know.
Right, you don't know.
I like that with dramas. I like when dramas do that where they make you think you know what's really going on, but then they drop another bomb like, oh nope, your thoughts. So it was, yeah, that was a nice. That was a nice play there, right? It was well played. And then now we have our Mr. Ji-wook because he's basically in his full-on protection mode at this point now. So, his feelings are really a little bit more prominent. So, I don't know. I'm waiting to see more about this killer, but I'm just enjoying our couple somewhat getting there.
That's true. And I like how it comes off to everybody else other than them.
Right.
Because we know as the audience, and they know as the couple, another couple, the OTP, but everybody else is seeing different things. Like the ex-girlfriend is seeing something else. The CEO guy and Secretary Bong,
right,
and even his friend is seeing different perspective, and I feel like they're all seeing the same perspective except for the couple. Right.
Everybody's assuming something more is going on with them. Even though at the moment it's only really
deep
feeling
down it really is, but it's
really not.
Right.
It's really nothing on the surface. They're really just co-workers who happen to live together. Yeah. Consequently, for her protection.
Right.
So it's not like they live together because they want to. It's kind of for her protection while she's living there.
It just happened.
Right.
You know, like when you just like, I don't know. It's nothing the analogy to put that on.
Right.
How do you just end up living with your coworker? Oh, okay. I got an instance. When I was in college, there was summer. It was a summer session, and it's only like 4 to 6 weeks. And they didn't have a place to stay because it didn't work out, and they got kicked out, and they had nowhere else. I was like, oh, well, I have a nice living room with a couch, and if you just bring food over, you can stay.
Hey,
there you go. Scenario analogy.
There you go.
Yeah. So this couple, but then they meet up with District Attorney Jang again, however you say his name. The guy who's her ex-boyfriend who died. His father
who put his hands on her.
Right, bruh. And and Ji-wook is pissed, but he's professional enough to not put his hands on him.
Yes, I loved what he did with the elevator because they were leaving the office because I think when did they go to the building?
I don't remember.
We don't remember. They ended up
insignificant, probably.
Right. Anyway, so they're leaving and he's on the elevator, and Bong Hee's about to kind of step back, and Ji-wook is like, "No, we about to get on this elevator.
Right.
You're not about to run from this man." So they get on the elevator. They get to their floor. Bong Hee's trying to get off and pull Ji-wook with her, and he's like, "Nah, I got a little conversation I need to have with the district attorney.
Bye.
I'm gonna meet you at the car."
Close the doors and everything.
And he was professional but firm at the same time when he had this conversation with him.
Put your hands on her again.
Right, and
I will slap the shit out of you.
But I feel like even though he's trying to come off as someone who's just being protective of someone he knows, to me, I read it so much more as like, bruh, your feelings are showing so hard in this.
Right.
Because yes, you're protecting her, but I feel like the tone of the way you were coming at him, talking about what you would do to him.
Right.
I was just like, that's coming from deeper emotion, sir.
Right. Like, that's a boyfriend trying to still be professional with your girlfriend's boss about the way he's treating her.
Right.
So.
And then she gets upset about this, which somewhat I was like, really, girl, why are you upset? But then I understood her. Because she's kind of like, you told me not to like you. You can't do anything to protect me. Let me handle my adult situations on my own.
Right.
You're not my love interest. You're not my boyfriend. You're just a coworker / boss / landlord. You have
slashes.
Right. You can't put in instances if you don't want me to like you.
Yeah.
So I was like, I was there with her, but then I was just like, girl, you don't understand what he did in that elevator, though.
Right. And I think it's mainly because she likes him, she got mad.
Yeah. It was definitely because she liked him.
Right. And if she didn't like him, she would have been like, what did you say to him?
Right.
Oh my God, you're so bad.
Right.
But she's just like, she knew what he was going to do.
Right.
Even though she didn't say it
because
was
they
him.
haven't had a direct conversation to say, yes, that Director Jong is the one that put his hands on me. But he can tell just by how she reacts every time she's around him.
Right.
So.
I don't want it to happen, but I do. I just want him to do something else to her. And Ji will just be there, come up and be like...
And catch it in the moment, right? Because all this, every time she's attacked by Director Jong, no one else is around. And granted, any other person might not necessarily protect her, but we know Ji-wook would.
Right.
So Ji-wook definitely needs to be there. And then I feel like Director Jong, he's getting away with this because there are no other witnesses around.
Right. And I feel like it just so happens that nobody else is around when they meet up.
Right.
So he's really in his feelings.
Yes.
And he did say, Ji-wook said, I understand that you're angry and you want to be angry at somebody, but you cannot put your hands on somebody like that.
Thank you.
Anybody else, okay?
That's what I was like. He was so logical and professional about it, but he was still like, look, I want you. I felt like he was doing it, but the look in his eye was like, I want you to try me.
Right. Let me Donkey Kong you.
Right. Yeah, I like that. But then Mr. Eun-hook, he made me feel so bad for him with 15 and 16. I had not that I hated his character.
Yeah.
I didn't like that his action that he was part of the cheating situation.
Right.
But I could tell that he felt really bad for what he did and was trying to repair his relationship with Ji-wook, and that he was really trying to keep his distance from Yoo-jung. But this episode, I don't know what it did. I just felt like, bro, you gotta speak up.
Yeah.
He's keeping his feelings bottled in so much that it's hurting him more than it's benefiting him.
And he doesn't have anybody to talk to because he's still hurting for what he did to his best friend.
Right.
And it was his birthday and all. And so I feel like the only person you should be apologetic to is Ji-wook. And at this point, I don't know why he's hiding it like that.
Right.
Why he's hiding
the birthday thing, I was just like, you should have said something. He kept just trying to ask everybody out for drinks instead of just saying, hey guys, it's my birthday, let's go out.
And I feel like because of that whole incident with Ji-wook, he's like that with everybody now.
Right.
And before, in the beginning, how I said I didn't understand his character. I didn't like him. I felt he was too fake. And I see it, like you said, it's his character. He has this awkward laugh in the moments
where he uses that to hide his true emotions and what he's really feeling on the inside.
And he's done it so much, it's just become a habit, and he's realized it. And she, what's her name? Bong Hee called him out on it. She did. She said, "Don't do that." Well, she's saying those words, but she's like, basically, don't do that. Okay, right. It's not necessary.
And like, she's like, if you're gonna do it, you don't have to do it around me. Be honest with me.
Right.
And I'm ready for them to get I like how toward the end, because Eunhook, he realizes that Ji-wook has something for her. Right. And of course, Eunhook knows that Bong Hee likes Ji-wook. Right. So I'm ready for them to have that bonding friendship, because then they have an instance where they tried to play like they liked each other, but then was like, I don't see you that way. And
they were when they were drinking with their client, wasn't it?
Yeah, they were both drunk, and they were both able to say, yeah, I couldn't do it.
Yeah, you're just not my type.
Right. And I like that we already settled that. There's no issues of possible cheating situations coming.
Won't even come up in even the comments. People who aren't paying attention.
Right. It's already been discussed.
It's not going to go there. They won't even have that look.
But I felt like from the jump, I could tell like they were going to be good friends. And in general, like she was going to be his bouncing wall in a sense.
Yeah,
where he
could talk to.
Right. He could lay his feelings out, because she already does that for him. But I feel like she's going to have that moment where she's like, I'm always talking about me. Talk to me about you. Right. She's kind of somewhat had that moment already, but I feel like they need more private time for her to try to really pull more out of him.
Yeah.
Because, like, the car conversation is how she figured out that the laugh was fake.
Right.
So it's just, I'm ready for that. They really need that. He needs a friend. Because the Yoo-jung keep coming in. She getting mad because nobody want to talk to her. Like, you didn't just break up two best friends.
Right.
But whatever.
Girl, if you don't go somewhere.
Right. So, but and I'm actually, how the way 16 ended, I'm slightly worried for Mr. NS guy.
Yeah.
Because it looks like we kind of figured that, okay, yes, the real killer has something on him, and that the guy is not really as bad as we thought he was.
Right.
But
nah, he's crazy.
He's still crazy, yes, but no, I'm talking about
the NS guy. Oh.
He's still slightly crazy because he's helping this guy out, but we don't know what he has on him, why he's helping him so easily.
He's not so much crazy, he's kind of stuck.
Right.
He has, as if he has no choice. He's scared.
And we could tell.
He's really scared of this guy.
He's really scared of this guy. Like, I guess because he knows what he can do, and I guess clearly because he's cleaning up his stuff. Mm-hmm. So, but I guess he was getting ready to, and Ji-wook, I think, figures out they have some type of connection. So Ji-wook goes and hands him his card and kind of gives an inclination, like, call me if you're ready to talk.
Right. He's like, I just talked to you a little bit, and even just what you said and the way you said it, I can tell there's more to this.
Right. So
that's the prosecutor eyes in him.
Right. So the way this episode 16 ends, it was just like, I'm scared that he's the next victim.
Yeah.
But then I was like, I don't know if he will kill him off so easily, though, because he's his cleanup guy, unless he's got a backup cleanup person.
Nah.
So he might hold him hostage or do something to threaten him even more. But I really was worried about him. But then the real killer,
that's how episode 15 ended. Now on to episode 16.
Oh, really? All right. I'm sorry. It's all blending together now. Because to me, I'm still picturing a lot of this as one episode, despite it being two.
Right. That's why I keep saying it's 20 episodes and not 40.
Right.
It just feels like
I can't help it. Even though we are in the first quarter of it already still, I can't help it.
Right, because we're just not used to this at all.
It's going to probably take a couple of dramas before I get used to this format. But initially, I was trying to think, before we figured out who the real killer was, I thought maybe he likes Bong-hee. Why he's doing that weird reaction he was doing.
Yeah. And
I feel to a certain extent he might actually like her for real, because he doesn't want her to figure out his bad side. Because that's why he said that's why he keeps being by her side, because he doesn't want her to see. He wants her to always look at him as a good person.
I don't think he likes her. I think he's just trying to keep keep your enemies close. Because basically she's his enemy. She's trying to catch him.
Right, but I feel like when he realized that Ji-wook was kind of figuring something out about him and talking to Bong-hee about it,
yeah,
I saw her face change. I don't know, I wouldn't say like on a pure liking, like how Ji-wook likes her, but I feel like to a certain extent there's something there, because he at this point he realized that Bong-hee doesn't recognize who he is or what he's done, so there's no reason for him to continuously be by her side, because she doesn't know that she's looking for you.
Right.
So I feel like there has to be something more to him why he's specifically seeking out Bong-hee. Because at this point, Ji-wook is starting to suspect you about something.
Right. I think he started to realize he suspected him from the day that they had that little celebration dinner. And they saw each other on the street, and he was like, "Oh, well, come back and have a drink with me." I feel like, because I feel like he's just that smart.
Right.
He picks up on that kind of stuff.
And that's when, but then he still tried to, and because he still contacted Bong-hee after that, that's why I feel like it has to be something more why he doesn't want Bong-hee to see his bad side.
Yeah. So I think really what it is, he tried to paint himself even more as a good guy in this instant when he called her again. He's just like, I'm such a good guy that's been just like you, who's been accused of murder, and that's just going to be on our record forever, because people are going to remember us as an accused murderer. They just didn't have it. Just like how the CEO calls her a lack of evidence.
Yeah.
So I feel like he's just trying to paint an even prettier picture of himself to her. So like if something should be said about him, like if Ji-wook says something about him, she's just like, no way, he would never.
Right. But I don't think he realizes how. Even if Bong-hee didn't like Ji-wook to a certain extent, she respects Ji-wook on a work level.
Right.
So I feel like she would probably take into account to what Ji-wook was saying. So no matter how much you paint a picture, Ji-wook is going to come at her with some evidence that's going to really kind of make her be like,
right,
okay, I see your point. So
I can't wait to when the moms realize
that their kids are the ones that like each other.
Right. Because she mentions it to her mom, but her mom doesn't realize that the guy she likes is the son of her boss, who she dislikes.
Right. Like, the moms have this frenemy situation going on, or friendship, and I don't know how to explain it, because I wouldn't say frenemies either, because his mom tries to act like she doesn't like him, like her, but she does.
But they do.
And
it's past the frenemy stage. It's just kind of like bickering bickering friends.
Right.
I don't even know what to place them at, because they don't really, because I feel like
they're on a weird end of the spectrum.
Right.
You can't place it exactly where. But yeah, because Bong-hee decides she wants to do her own little investigation anyway, it leads up to a wonderful episode ending for 16.
Yes, of course. Congratulations to you, Bong-hee, for setting that up
very
nicely. Bravo.
She had Ji-wook scared, running around looking for her.
Right, bit of piss his pants. Where is she? Oh my god.
And then, what is it? It doesn't happen until they get back to the house.
Right. Because he's not finna do all this out in the open in the dark when he thinks something finna happen anyway. Let's get in the house, lock the door.
Oh my god. Wow. But yeah, it ended, and because was it a long kiss, or did he peck and then kiss? I'm trying to remember.
Look,
I just remembered that the kiss was good. That's all I remember.
So let me tell you how it happened.
Okay, go ahead, girl.
So he hugged her.
Right.
He hugged her first, brought her in, and he was hugging her for a long time. And then it was just like be safe hug, and then it turned into a I like this hug because
Right.
he moved his hands.
Yeah, he did.
He moved his hands.
He did.
Right. And then she was just like, whoa. And he could feel her going like, whoa,
Well,
she didn't say it. But then he looked at her and he kissed her. And it was supposed to be a peck, but it turned into
some more.
It's a deep kiss.
Right,
I don't know the name of the kiss
I
levels.
think it went like this. Like he was like, okay, I'm gonna just do this one kiss. I gotta do this once, and then I'm not gonna try to push her anymore.
Yeah.
He had that one kiss, and he was like, nah, I can't be this one kiss.
But he didn't get up from the kiss though, so it wasn't a peck. It was just like it
Or
started
maybe
out
a test.
Yeah, it was started out. Yes, it was like a test because he hugged her, and when he moved his hands to hug her even closer, he realized like
She's tensing up a little bit because
bruh, I really like this girl.
Yeah.
And so when he pulled back from the hug, and he looked at her face, that's when he was like, damn, I really like this girl. And that's when he kissed her. The test kiss. I just been watching the end. He did the test kiss, but he didn't back up. Like he kissed. And then he went in for more. She rejected, so what?
And that was an awesome first kiss.
Yeah.
Because usually in dramas, the first kiss is slightly awkward. But that was such a smooth flow from the hug to the kiss. That was a good kiss.
But you know what, though, too? Usually in dramas, and I don't know why they like to do this. Why is this a thing now? It shouldn't be a thing anymore because she's older, and they usually have older women. The female leads are in their mid-20s, and by then you should have had,
at least your first kiss.
Right. So they say usually first kiss is middle school, high school, whatever. So you shouldn't be shocked at a kiss, and I think if they give more of these women, stop making them never been kissed, never had a boyfriend in their late 20s thing, would they give that a rest? We would get more kisses like this. Because it's always their first kiss.
Right.
Their first love.
And they always have to play it up shockingly.
Right. So she's experienced in that realm with relationships and kissing. So she's not, new to this. She's no novice.
No.
I'm not saying she no thought. She not, though.
She not.
She just know what a kiss is. And she know how to take that. And she like him.
And because of that, and because she also had a past relationship where we're assuming they had sex,
they didn't have sex. That's why he cheated on her. Because remember, he's like, I'm a man, I need these needs, blah, blah, blah. But because she wouldn't sleep with him. That's why he
remember half of the bullshit that came out of his
That's why
mouth.
he said he cheated on her because she wouldn't sleep with him. So they kissed, obviously. They never slept together. So she's no novice to kissing. So that was a pretty good kiss.
It was. But then I haven't watched a lot of kiss scenes. Granted, I can't say I watched Chi Jae-wook a lot because I really only watched him in Healer. But
he's a good kisser. I'd say that because I remember him from Empress Key. He was a pretty good kisser. And everybody who fanned him, who was team him, was just like, but I mean, I'll be honest, even though I was not team him at all, he's a good kisser. And I remember him back then being a good kisser. And that was
right.
a
And
while
what
ago.
I like is when the female lead is trying to be equivalent or match the male lead and not just there.
Yeah,
because
like a body, like he's kissing a corpse.
Because what is I call her Bongi because I cannot remember the actress's real name, but she didn't just stand there. She kind of moved a little bit.
Yeah, and she should be experienced at this point anyway.
Right, and then
not just because she had a boyfriend, but.
Right.
I don't know.
But she's still shocked, so I feel like she couldn't really, go put her hands around him or nothing like that. But she wasn't just staring wide-eyed.
She wasn't. She was shocked, but it was like a second shock, and then she was like, I'm kissing him.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because she likes him. And so this is what she wanted in the first place.
Right.
So. But he is a good kisser. Granted, this is her first lead role, right? And I don't know all the roles she's had before. If she's ever had to kiss.
She was in Shopping King Louis last year, so
she
that
was
was
lead in that.
Yeah, that was her first lead.
Okay. So I'm pretty sure she kissed. What's his name? You guys.
Sohn Gook. Wow.
Yes. So
my brain
and
is
Sohn
going
Gook,
today.
He's a good kisser.
He is.
So
Sohn Gook is a good kisser.
Right. So I don't know what she was in before that. If she had to kiss anybody, I know she kissed in Shopping King Louis. She at least had to kiss once.
Right. She was in What Happened to My Family, and she was partnered up with Park Han-sik, who's the male lead in Strong Woman. And They had a few kiss scenes, but not a whole lot because they weren't the main couple.
Yeah. It wasn't too deep anyway.
And it wasn't too deep. But she didn't make me cringe. And I didn't remember any cringy scenes between them. So they were a really cute couple anyway.
So this is episode 16. By episode 20? No. By the end of the drama, I think we're going to have at least a bed scene.
Yes! That's what I'm saying, because that's what I was trying to lead up to. This kiss scene, because it was like this, I feel like we're going to get a bed scene.
Right.
And then because she's not supposed to, she's a dated female.
Yeah.
So I feel like usually if in dramas, if they have the female where this is not her first love or her first real relationship, they're bound to have some form of bed scene.
Yeah. Or close to it.
Something to hint at a bed scene.
Right. If they don't have like actual bed scene, then not even hint at it. They'd be like, they're getting close to it and they're just like, no, we gotta stop and he has to leave or something like that.
Right. They
get heated. Right. So we're past heated. We're getting a bed scene, guys. Okay, so we're gonna say
they live together, right? So it's bound to happen.
Ooh, what if they have like a bed scene and then Secretary Bond walks in,
and
he has to step out, and he's like, "Bro, I'm drunk off tea. That would be so good.
Oh, please let that happen.
Oh my god. Yo, we going on a crazy rant. Let's move on.
Okay. But yes, because like I said, this was a good week. If you couldn't tell by our excitement, this was definitely a good week. I'm looking forward to next week, but I feel like they're at that point now where we're not getting previews anymore.
Yeah.
At least for the next couple of weeks, because we've gotten some revelations within these weeks.
Yeah. Because
we'll get previews between episodes, but not between weeks. So we don't know what's to come of this next week. Granted, a kiss is usually a cliffhanger in dramas anyway.
I hope they just don't do that thing where they try to act like it didn't happen.
Oh, yeah. I hate that.
I dare you to do that. I dare you to do that crap. I would be so pissed.
I don't think we're going to go to that stage, but I don't think they're going to be together.
Yeah.
I think we're going to still have to wait a couple more episodes before they're together. But I feel like this is going to be him kind of realizing that he can't deny his feelings in front of her anymore.
And he can't reject her or tell her not to like him anymore.
Right.
Take it back, renege it.
Because I feel like she still needs to grow somewhere too.
Yeah.
I mean, because not to say that she's immature in any way, but I feel like I want her to be a little bit more stronger before they are in a relationship or together in a sense. Because she went through this phase to me as she felt where it was one-sided. Granted, for some of it, it was one-sided, but she still feels like she's on the upper hand because
she likes him more than he likes her.
Right. At least that's how she feels.
Right.
I feel like they're kind of almost even at this point. It's just he's not realizing how deep his feelings are.
Yeah, he's not as adamant at showing it as she is.
Right.
She's more of an open book, and he's not. But that's really their personality.
He's like a book with a cover that you got to pull the book cover off of and put it to the side,
and you have to flip to the back to see actually what the story's about.
Right. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to next week. So that is the end for our Suspicious Partner recap, review / rant.
Yeah, let's move on to K-pop.
I love music, and it wasn't a whole lot compared to the last 2 weeks. It wasn't as much to come out this week, but then I didn't pay a lot of much. I didn't pay a lot of attention to much other stuff. We did have Sister who had their stage comeback. Their song got released during the last podcast, I think, or right after the last podcast. And in between that time, they've had their stage performances, which I have yet to watch yet because I'm still I'm still upset that they're disbanding.
Yeah.
So even though they're kind of ending off on a better note compared to other girl groups that I've known that disbanded in the last 2 years, I'm just still not looking forward to watching the goodbye stuff.
I'm just trying to figure out, why are they disbanding? Granted, I feel like they at least owe us that. Why? You know what I mean?
Right, that's true. We never got a real reason why. But then I feel like we didn't get a reason for 4 Minute why they were disbanding either.
Yeah. Because
for 4 Minute, when their disbandment announced, I was just like, wait a minute, y'all just had a comeback 2 months ago. Why are y'all disbanding? So it's just, I feel like a lot of female groups is what is happening is when their contract ends, the girls are kind of like,
let's move on.
Yep. But I don't think they're leaving the company that they're with.
They're probably not, but I just wonder why they decided to. What company are they with?
Starship.
Is there another girl group under Starship?
No. Not that I know of.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's like they're disbanding to.
Granted, I could be wrong, guys, because like I said, I don't follow music, so there might be another girl group under Starship that I don't know about. But to me, Sistar is one of the few girl groups that I know that's with Starship. So I don't know.
Right.
It's still confusing to me, but I kind of wanted to watch their goodbye stage or goodbye medley stage, I guess in a sense, for show music core. Why can't I keep getting tongue tied?
Why just call it music core? Everybody calls it music core, not show music core.
Yeah. Oh, they're performing all their old songs. This is like one of my favorite Sistar songs.
Shake It?
Yes. This song, I remember when it came out, driving back from H Mart, I bought it on the CD.
Yeah.
Was playing it, singing in my car.
You know, Hyun, she purposely tans to be darker.
I figured she did, but that's what I was about to say. I love about Sistar is that they're all Korean, but they're all different shades.
Yeah.
To show that don't think all Korean females are pale and petite, you know?
Like covered up her tattoo.
Yeah.
Like what show is it okay to show your tattoos?
I don't think there's any of them.
What is this? There's Music Core. There's
Inkagaya.
Inkagaya, definitely Inkagaya, because Inkagaya is directed towards more younger group.
And Mnet.
Mnet probably more, because I feel like they can do certain things on Mnet.
I think Mnet they may get a little bit of freedom where they don't have to cover it up as much.
Yeah.
But I don't think they can just blatantly still show it. Because you know what? I think Sistar, when they performed on Mnet, I think they don't cover it up. But they just don't, make sure their outfits are not advertising.
Yeah. Look at my tattoo.
Right.
Get tattoos, kids.
But I think like J Park though, I think because he has a full sleeve, he still has to cover up his.
He's got a shirt, a tattoo shirt, girl.
And that's what I loved about Sistar. They had good voices.
She looks like Kim Tae-hee.
Oh, Dawson?
See, I don't know their names either. See?
Yeah, Dawson is the matinee, that one.
She is?
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I thought, what's her name was?
Bora?
Yeah.
I think she's the next youngest.
Wow.
Dawson is the actual matinee.
They must be just a couple months apart. Because, I mean, well, not to say she looks old, but
right.
Bora just has a really baby face. So I thought she was the youngest.
Oh, yes.
See, I like this song. I remember this song.
I always catch myself doing that little dance they do. I miss these girls so much.
Well, none of them they don't do anything else other than I know Bora does a little bit of acting.
Dawson does acting too.
Okay.
So that's what those two, Dawson and Bora, are gonna focus on acting.
What about the one with the red hair? I don't know.
She does a lot of singing. She does a lot of features on hip hop artist songs. Because she's done songs with Mad Clown, San E, and a few others. She does a lot of solo stuff, and she does variety stuff. Not like Running Man type variety, but she does like I Live Alone and stuff like that.
Okay.
So
I guess they're just trying to focus on that. They figure this is what got me here, and you'll know me as Sistar member, but I'm doing my own thing now.
I don't know.
But there's only 4 members. I can understand if it's like a bunch of them, but it's just I don't know. I just feel like
yeah, we didn't.
And I'm not even like in their fandom. I just feel like totally hurt by this.
Right. That's like I feel like I if they would still promote it longer, because I think that's part of the reason why I love Sistar, but to say that I was part of the fandom, I couldn't because Starship didn't promote them like they should.
Yeah. That's probably part of it, too, why they disbanded. They're probably just like,
But I feel like every time Sistar had a comeback in the summertime, it was always a big hit. So I feel like
But they probably wanted to do more than that. And they were just like, instead of fight, because they've been together for a while. So it's just like, instead of just battling that or asking or just not getting what they want, just like when you have a job that's just not giving you what you feel you need, career-wise, you just might as well leave and find something better.
True. So that, now that you say it like that, that makes sense. That's probably a very valid reason. Probably why they actually are.
Yeah, why they just decided, because if who has a comeback once a year?
Right.
I mean, other than YG artists. But that's YG on a whole. You know what I mean? Like, who else is under Starship? What other groups are under Starship?
Monster X. There's other ones I don't remember. Those two are just the ones I know right off the bat that come to mind. But Starship on a whole, I feel like in general don't promote their artists like they need to. Because Monster X, I feel like will be another big hitter in the boy group spectrum if they promoted them a little bit more.
But I think they're bigger overseas, internationally, than actually in Korea.
True.
I know Monster X is.
Yeah.
So.
All right. So on to the next one is I have no idea who this artist is.
Saran, she does a lot of features. She's K-hip hop types. Yeah.
I'm thinking I'm about to listen to a K-pop song.
No, she does a lot of stuff with K-hip hop community.
Okay.
I mean, granted, I don't know her that much, but that's where I see her name.
Oh, okay.
With K-hip hop artists.
Okay. And I guess it's her own song featuring Dean called 1 + 1 = 0. Somebody didn't pay attention in math.
She reminds me of Kim Lim Kim.
Ah, yeah.
I haven't heard from her in a while.
Right, she hasn't done this.
Everybody's cutting their hair short now. That's like the style, I guess, now. I'll say it's a fad, but, everybody's wanting the long hair. But that short bob thing.
Yeah, short bob styles are the thing now. And bangs and stuff, yeah.
I don't like that long bang thing. That was cool back when, It's Okay This Love came out. Like, that era. I feel like that, but I feel like that whole bang thing with the long bangs is out. Don't do that.
It was weird.
Yeah, it's done. Okay, let's move on. What else is there? I think freckles are so cute. I always wanted freckles. Me too. You can get them tattooed, though.
It ain't.
It's not that serious?
I want them, but I'd rather be a God gift than...
Would you judge me if I went and got that tattooed on my face?
Just a little bit.
Okay.
Because I love tattoos. I have 8 of them, but I don't think I would go that far.
Yeah. Well, I'll just do it by myself, or we'll take a friend, and I'll just come home and be like, "What's on your face? It's not acne, it's my freckles. I've always had these, remember?" have like the saran wrap on my face.
But I think that's
do not wash it for a day.
I think that's probably part of the reason why too, because I had really bad acne in high school. So the whole adding anything features to my face, permanent wise, I'm good. I'd rather just stick with makeup.
Yeah.
Is this her?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I don't know what she looks like, so I didn't know if it was her or just someone in her video.
She just changed her hair a lot from what it used to look like. I don't know unless it's a wig. Because they got those wigs where it's got the scalp in it.
Yeah, lace front.
Yeah. Or they have, not coverage. Something like that.
I like her voice.
Yeah. It's an interesting video.
Yeah. I feel like this would be a song I would like to listen to on a Saturday when I gotta run errands.
It's a summer vibe song.
Yeah, just playing in a car and just jam out.
It's really pretty.
I like that. That was nice. Oh, highlights. I finally called them by the right name the first time. Had to come back as well.
Oh, they also announced the name of their fandom, which I figured this is what it was going to be. They're called Lights.
Oh, I didn't even go check.
Yeah.
I saw the article title and I meant to check, but I was at work and I didn't remember to go back later.
But so they announced it. I mean, okay.
Right, nothing special. Calling You is the name of the song.
I listened to this one. It's decent. I like Please Be Happy. Is that called? I like that one better.
Yeah, that's you. That's a vibe you would like. I like when Highlight shows more of their R&B side.
Yeah.
Because I feel like they sound better that way than when they try to do poppy. I don't know. To me, I feel like it doesn't fit them as well as their R&B side does.
Yeah. Oh, it's called Please Don't Be Sad, not Please Be Happy. Please Don't Be Sad. Drinking straight water. I have no idea what this song is about.
Oh, Keyquan is in a drama.
Oh, is he?
I want him to be a lead in a drama.
Like, he's straight be doing, like, low-key stuff. Like,
right.
You don't even know.
Right.
And I was just about to say, I feel like he should be bigger than he is by now.
Me too. I would have figured Keyquan would be a lot bigger than he is. But
right.
He's not as big as he could be.
Right. I want Yosef to come out with a solo again. Just walked out of that.
Wow.
That was boring.
It just seemed like it's showing everyday life. So.
Yeah. Maybe he's calling himself to bring himself back. I don't know. The old you?
Maybe.
You bored with what you're doing?
Maybe.
That's what the video seems to be saying.
Right. Maybe they're bored without that person in their life.
Yeah. Like, Beast used to dance like hardcore.
They did.
But they like softened it up now. They like legit doing like some winter stuff right here.
I like this.
Yeah, I like it too.
What did she sit at the other table?
She's imagining stuff.
Okay. 'Cause that's
He should have a solo by now. I don't know why. His voice is amazing. I feel like
maybe because they're with their new label now, maybe they'll get promoted a little bit differently because they are putting in music a little bit more frequently than Beast used to.
yeah, that's true. Because Beast used to be like low key.
Right. So we might see the stuff that we feel like they should be now might actually start to happen.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yes, because they deserve it.
Right. We don't want them to fall through the cracks.
Nope. So we have Yezi Aksunamu.
She's K-hip hop too.
Right. I know that much.
I don't really know her that much.
I don't either. I think I've maybe watched one or two of her stuff, but not a whole lot to really say I know her.
Right.
So, here we go.
So I'm doing some ritual.
But I feel like I know her from something else though.
She's probably on Free Rap Star. Why did
I was about to say, because it looked like the bottom half of your mouth.
Right, it's gone. Your face is saying like, nah,
No, I feel like it's almost there, but it's not quite hitting it.
It's not for me. It's not in it for me. And the dancing, I feel like you don't need to dance. Like, that's what I liked about the K-hip hop community. They rely on their music alone, straight talent like that. Not to say K-pop's not talent, because of course I love K-pop, but I feel like they didn't need to dance, and that's one reason. But I feel like she's dancing to add to the fact that her song is slightly lacking.
And then I feel like the dance is trying to fit the beat because of the, I guess, Egyptian vibe it has.
Right. And
but you don't have to go that route. Because...
Right. She's just not up to dancing like that. She's not that talented to dance like that. That and the fact that just because the beat's that way, I feel like that's real cliche to go with the video with the same concept. It's like whoever directed it, you didn't think very
right. You
much.
went very basic.
You're pretty basic. She's not throwing up her leg enough, sir. I'm sorry, ma'am. In fact, she's wearing her shorts with this leotard.
That's what they do because they wear the short stuff, but they can't go too explicit.
Yeah.
So they usually wear layers under it.
But I heard that it's okay. They'd rather you show a lot of leg than a lot of boobage.
Yeah.
She's only 22? Wow.
She is part of a K-pop group. That's why she dances.
No, she doesn't dance. I'm sorry. Not this choreography. Okay, that last little snippet you did. Okay, that was good.
Right.
But the rest of it, not so much. That's a no for me.
Yeah, that's enough for me.
Yeah, I didn't really love that.
Like, it could have went a completely... I feel like the video didn't help the song.
Right.
Videos are supposed to help the song. The video went super cliche, so that song with that Egyptian beat just was like, really?
And with the fact that we can't even pronounce the name of the song.
Right.
And
then at the end, the name tried to do, like, what is it, Arabic, I guess?
Yeah.
It had an Arabic font to it. Nah.
That's not it. Let's not pull in that culture appropriation.
Right. Let's not do that. So, granted, anytime I've watched any of her stuff before, it's never been fully like, oh, okay, I'm going to go download this. Has always been like,
yeah. She's just not one we love.
Yeah, no.
Sorry any fans of hers out there.
Yeah.
She's not us.
But, yes, we're going to, I guess we should, end, because that was really it for music, really.
Yeah.
It wasn't a whole lot, like I said. But I guess we should end our podcast off without, we can't not talk about this subject. Us as VIPs cannot ignore this subject. Ouch, that sounded like that hurt.
Our beloved T.O.P was accused of smoking the
marijuana. Like how we said it this way.
Right.
So supposedly he's I guess smoked last October, and he had a hair test while he was on his military leave, and it tested positive. So I guess the army took it to the court because marijuana is illegal in South Korea, as in most countries. And so it came into this whole big public scandal. Supposedly it has something to do with a YG trainee. So supposedly he was smoking with a YG trainee and some other stuff. I don't know.
But my take on it, and I'm not condoning the fact that he smokes marijuana, because he knows the level of legality that is in his country, and the fact that he has to go to the military. So, you know, I just feel like, why take it to the courts if this was like nearly 6 months ago?
Right.
And the thing is, hair tests, I've heard that if you take a hair test, it holds on to years.
Right.
Makia said she heard it's months, but we know either way it's a long time.
Right. So either way it goes, and the thing is, they even said it in the article that the police even said they couldn't prove from the test that he was a habitual smoker. So that means he tested positive from having done it months ago.
He didn't even have to say he smoked. He could have been in a room or the club where somebody was smoking.
That's the thing. Hair test. Right.
So I feel like the fact that you can't, even if he was a habitual smoker, you did not see him in the act. You did not see him with any kind of paraphernalia on him. So I'm trying to figure out why. I know it's because he's top. They made a big deal about it.
Right.
But I'm trying to figure out why they took it to the court. Because his hair test came back positive. And
it's not like he was caught doing it on military leave. He just took a drug test.
So I'm trying to figure out why it was taken to the court. Like, what can you do to him for smoking marijuana? What can you do at this point?
I feel like even in the U.S. it's the same thing. You may test positive for it, but you can't go to jail for testing positive for taking it.
They take people to jail for testing positive, and they fine you. Like, there's cops who, they'll take you to they'll put you in jail, a holding cell, and then they'll drug test you. And if you come back positive for it, they can charge you.
But yeah, that's if you've been under suspicion of it. They can't just randomly.
Right. And so he's on a hair test. But I'm just trying to figure out where can they take? Are they going to charge him with smoking marijuana? I just don't. That's what is baffling me. Like, why take it that far? So you took the drug test, and he's trying to become a metropolitan police or whatever his job is going to be in the military. But I'm confused. And this is the thing, though, with drugs. You can test people for it, but when you take this to court, you don't have the evidence other than the fact that it was in his system. Because if you blood test him or you pee test him, it's not there.
Right, because if you had to do a hair test, that means it's not in any other form. Because by the time you get to the hair test, that's like the most extensive to look that deep into your history.
And it's usually like government jobs, and that's probably why they did the hair test, that test for hair. But I guess because we're in the United States and compared to Korea, we're very liberal. It baffles me that this is an issue. That they had to take to court. And it came out like that because of who he is. I understand that. Look, my baby, don't charge my baby with anything, okay?
Right.
That was months ago. And people are gonna be like, people who are against smoking marijuana, whatever. I understand that, but just like, what are you gonna do? And supposedly
this came about because a trainee was being questioned.
Right. So that's it too. You gotta be careful who you do stuff around. You don't know who gonna speak.
I'm gonna need for all
Everybody's a snitch. You give anybody enough of blackmail or whatever, they will snitch.
And nothing that we haven't learned in the past year from all the male celebrities, music or otherwise, that have controversy for dealing with these trainees or people that quote unquote claim they're trying to get into the acting or singing business. Stay away from them because they're causing all of y'all to get in trouble. Because half of the time, majority of the cases that got revealed last year, these guys were innocent from these girls claiming all these stuff, and they were all potential trainees or past trainees. Like, for real?
So, okay, I back to this court thing. So when if they take this to court and he has to go to court for this, what will he be charged with? Smoking marijuana?
Right. That's the whole confusion about it.
So you're going to charge him. What do you get, a fine for that?
And right now they're saying that they haven't done anything because they don't know how it will affect his military leave. But supposedly he went back to base or whatever it was after the whole incident. So I'm trying to figure
out. There's nothing wrong with him.
I feel like this is just in the news to cause drama.
Controversy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because like you said,
that's news articles, newspapers and stuff. They don't know. As soon as they get a little buzz of something, they just have to do something about it. They have to post it out there.
And that's the thing. I understand it's illegal in South Korea, but it's illegal in a lot of states in the U.S. still. So my thing is, I don't know. I just find it not because he's top and he's my bias for my favorite K-pop group, but I feel like this, if it came out, because there's been a few other artists that have gotten in trouble for weed,
right? And I've remember
but the difference is those people that have gotten in trouble for weed in the past have been for selling it or having it on them.
Right, they've been caught with weed or weed paraphernalia.
His scandal is because he got tested positive for, not for having it on him.
That's what is baffling me. You're gonna take it? Are you gonna take him to court for this? You can't possibly take him to court for this. You're just probably gonna they'll probably discipline him in the military, and that's probably the extent of it.
They might extend his military stay where he might have to stay longer.
That, or they fine him for it. But can you fine him for it when you don't?
When he wasn't doing it on military leave, you can't. Because I feel like they can't give him military punishment because it's not something he was doing while he was on military leave.
Because it's illegal. You did something illegal, so now we're gonna punish you.
It still wasn't
right. That sounds more like a North Korea thing than a South Korea thing. You know?
Right. I don't know.
Maybe we're just confused. We don't know the laws. We barely know the laws in America. Right. So we're not gonna go into laws in Korea. But as an American citizen and watching and seeing issues on drug here in the United States, this would be a laugh. They would throw this out. Why are you bringing it to this test?
Right.
This is ridiculous. A hair test, okay? Everybody, 50%, maybe more than 50% of the United States citizens, if they get a hair test, they're going to test positive for marijuana. And
I just feel like and then I read some of the comments on some of the articles of people, and well, he should have known better. He shouldn't have, Top should have known better. But I feel like a lot of the comments are coming from a state of, as he was caught with it.
Right.
I feel like y'all need to wind down your comments. Because
No. Reread the article.
Because my thing is,
reading is fundamental.
As much as I know it's illegal, and I honestly, in personal opinion, I have nothing against him smoking weed, but that's just my personal opinion. On the legal aspect of it, yes, I'm disappointed because Top, you got yourself in trouble for doing something you know is illegal.
Right. That's heavily illegal and frowned upon in your country.
Right. And I feel like my level of mad would be different if he was caught with it on him. Because then I'd been like, Top, for real? Come on now, you know better than that.
Right.
Now I'm just like, okay, buddy, let's not do this again. Let's think this through, okay?
Right.
But if he was caught with it, I'd been like, okay, y'all got reasons to be mad. He got to get in trouble, this and that and other. Yeah.
All right, guys. We're going to end it there.
Right. So I guess I've left questions for you guys to answer and leave in the comments, but we're still not quite getting any responses. We did get two more new subscribers, so thank you guys for subscribing.
Yay, 12 for 12.
So I guess in the comments down below, if you're watching Suspicious Partner, let us know what your favorite part of this week was, especially since we enjoyed this so much.
Right.
And I guess also, not a lot of music, so what was your thoughts on the Top controversy?
Or what should we look into, an artist or something that you're like, hey, you guys need to discover them, because obviously we don't know that much K-pop or K-hip-hop, but if you enlighten us on something new, hey, we're
always looking for new music. We're always
ready to check it out.
So guys, I guess so until podcast number 13.
Yep.
Bye.
See ya.